Well, let's turn now to the theater scene here in Metro Detroit. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. You remember the song and you remember the movie. Well, the Broadway musical based on that hit Dolly Parton film opens this Friday at Stagecrafters in Royal Oak. It runs through February 20th. And we're joined now by Sarah Grice, who plays the role of Dora Lee Rhodes. That's the character Dolly Parton made famous. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Hey, for folks who aren't familiar with the story, tell us a little bit about the plot.
Absolutely. So, obviously, it's an iconic movie from the 80s. It all circulates around these three pivotal characters of Violet, Judy, and Dora Lee, who all work in this office. And it's basically them coming together against their boss, Franklin Hart, who, he is the epitome of the misogynist. He's egotistical, he's sexist, he puts women down, and they all kind of come together in this kind of outrageous way to plot against him, and they kind of wind up taking over the company, and all the antics that happen in between this just are hysterical.
No, I was going to say, it sounds like a lot of fun. Tell me a little bit about what you enjoy about playing the character of Dora Lee.
Dora Lee is so different for me. First off, she's from Texas, so I get to use an accent the entire show that I had to work on very hard. And it's so much about female empowerment and women empowerment. And it really comes through in the way the characters connect throughout the show. So bonding with my cast, and the show is also double cast. So there's another set of women that play Violet, Dora Lee, and Judy, and some of the other characters. So getting to bond with other women is just sensational.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that double casting. What's the point of that?
So our director, Jerry Haynes, came to the board of directors very early on stating, with the way we've been for the last few years with COVID, there's a lot of concerns. Obviously, we're running a show. We run 14 performances. And if somebody really got ill, he wanted to make sure he had a backup kind of plan in place in case that happened. But it also really it's 14 performances. We are volunteers at Stagecrafters. I'm working 9 to 5 right now. So it's nice to kind of have that duality as well. But a lot of it was a safety concern.
Absolutely. What other types of COVID precautions are you guys taking? Are there any for the audience?
There absolutely is. We at Stagecrafters, I am lucky to be a member of the board as well. We are doing everything we possibly can to keep people safe and keep our patrons safe. We have put in protocols. All of our patrons must be masked, whether they are vaccinated or not. We do tend to, if there is room for patrons to spread out, we don't adhere to our strict seating arrangement. We want people to feel comfortable. There has been air purifiers put in place. Great. We have hand sanitizers all over. And also our full cast and crew have to be either vaccinated or they have to prove proof of a negative COVID test in order to perform that weekend.
All right, you guys have done a lot to make sure it's a safe environment for both your audience and for the actors themselves. Where can folks get tickets?
So tickets can be purchased online at stagecrafters.org, or they can call the box office at 248-541-6430, and tickets to each performance are $35.
All right, Sarah Grice, who plays Dora Lee Rhodes, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You can catch her at Stagecrafters in Royal Oak. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.